Good evening, everyone. It is Dave. Welcome into modules 7 and 8. With that, it's going to put us halfway through the course. So congratulations on making it to the halfway point. This week, since we are done with the formal elements and principles of design, we're going to be covering modern art. That's what module 7 is going to be about. We're going to learn about Edward Manet. He is the father of modern art. And we're going to see this transition in art from going from something very traditional, artwork that utilizes chiaroscuro and linear perspective, to something that is more experimental and innovative, more quote-unquote modern. Our second lecture for Module 7 is on the modern art movements, everything from Impressionism to Cubism, Futurism, Surrealism, and we're going to end at Abstract Expressionism. In Module 8, we're going to begin our shift into the different artistic mediums that artists utilize. So we're going to talk about drawing and painting, two of the most important artistic mediums. So I'm excited to tell you about all of that. Let's head over to the Canvas site and I'll walk you through this week's module. All right, here we are on the Canvas site. I've just opened up Module 7 and 8. We'll take a look at Module 7 first. Set up just like usual, our video on top, our introduction, and office hours this week are going to be a little bit different. Wednesday and Thursday this week, if you would like to join me. We have a lecture on Edward Manet, the father of modern art. We're going to see all sorts of very controversial works in this lecture, at least controversial for the 1800s. And then we have our study guide and further exploration section. I want to talk about that just for a little bit because there are some important things here. First, the important videos would be Manet's Luncheon on the Grass, also Olympia down below, and there is a great short video on the Industrial Revolution. Up top, we have a reading on Edward Manet's Music and the Tuileries. This is an optional reading, the Baudelaire's Painter of Modern Life, but I would try to read a page or two of it just to give you an idea of what it's like. And then the last two deal specifically with Laurie, who is the maid in Olympia. She's a fairly famous model that Manet would use in his works. After that, we've got a lecture on the different modern art movements. So we're going to cover everything from Impressionism through Cubism and Fauvism, Futurism, Surrealism, and it culminates with Abstract Expressionism right around the time of World War II. Our study guide, and then also for our further exploration section, we have some readings of modern art. One of the cool things and reasons that I like modern art so much is that we have more documentation about these particular artists. And we even have video of, for instance, Monet painting. And you'll also see him smoking a cigarette. He was a chain smoker. And just it's just very, very cool. Now, the Futurist Manifesto, I'm actually going to cover more in the discussion board and journal. We're not going to deal with that here in this particular section. The Mark Rothko auction is a must-watch because there will be a test question on the quiz about that. And then finally, Christie's Modern Art Auction here down below. It's more of a current auction to show you how incredibly well these paintings sell. It's just amazing still how many people want modern artworks. Heading back out, we're going to take a look at the discussion board, which is on Futurism. And this has you reading first the Futurist Manifesto. So go ahead and download this and read it. It's one of my favorite art historical readings. It's wild, it's out there, it's amazing what these people wanted to accomplish with their art. And being the very first manifesto, that's what it is. It's a group of artists who haven't really produced any artworks yet, but it focuses in on what they want to produce and why. Then you're going to take a look at the above artwork, which is this one. It's by Gino Severini. It's called Visual Synthesis of the Idea, War. And you're going to take a look, write down as many of the items that you can recognize in the work. That's going to be the first thing you do. Then you're going to answer the question, what does the title of the work mean? And again, the title is right here. Answer the question, why do you think that the artist left out human presence? As you can see, there's no humans in this painting. And then finally, you want to respond to one of the group members' posting. So that's all you have to do for this discussion board. Each of those is worth 5 points. Your first post should be on done by October the 13th, and the reply done by October the 20th. The final thing we have to do this week is a journal entry, and the journal entry actually deals also with the Futurist Manifesto. After you read through that, I'm looking at a half-page to full-page reflection. Do not tell me what the manifesto is or how it is interpreted by different professionals. I want to know your thoughts and feelings about what is being said within it. Make sure to take a look at their 11 statements that they make and consider how this deals with us heading into the very First World War, which is why futurism ends, unfortunately, is that the manifesto is written in 1909, and then by 1914, World War I has begun. All these young artists are going off to war, and unfortunately, they're killed, generally within the first year of the war. After that, we can go into module number 8. So if you want to stop this video now and complete module 7, that's fine. Module 8 technically doesn't start until the 14th, but we're going to go ahead and go through it right now. Once again, up top, the video, the introduction, and the office hours. Office hours are back to regular time during Module 8. For the lecture on drawing, we have the lecture, study guide, and then the further exploration section. So we've got a reading on the different drawing mediums that are going to be used. We have a link to Lori Lipton's website, which is one of my favorite artists. We're going to go ahead and pop that open right now. She is a person who her artwork is pencil or charcoal, and she is also left-handed, so you know smearing is always an issue. And look at the intricacy that she is able to create in these drawings. They're pretty impressive, and I would tell you that her smaller works, I'm not sure how much the larger works go for, but her smaller works sell for about $10,000. They're pretty impressive. And so she's just a really cool artist. I've had the pleasure of meeting her a couple of times. The Spolvero technique here is really important to watch that video. And then there is also an optional video on Lori Lipton's life. It's a good film documentary, but it is very dark. So just be warned about that. And then we'll head over to painting. We've got our lecture, study guide, and then the further exploration section, mediums, and then some information on prehistoric art or the cave paintings, and also just a quick video on how to watercolor. After that, you do have a quiz that'll be worth up to 20 points, 20 questions, multiple choice. You have 20 minutes in which to complete those questions. And then finally, journal number 8. Journal 8, hopefully you'll find this fun. I would take a sheet of drawing paper, divide it into 6 sections, and then in each of the sections, you're going to follow along with this video and create the faces that the person here is drawing. So you're going to have Spike, Thelma, Jeff, Pam, Einstein, and then finally you're going to create your own unique face on whatever, on the empty section there. So you're going to have 6 faces that you're going to create. And with that, that is everything from Module 7 and 8. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to join office hours or reach out via email. I will be back shortly to tell you about Modules 9 and 10.